Hey everyone, thank you so much. So grateful to be here. I'm Germán Bencci. I come from Venezuela. I'm the founder and CEO of CodeYourFuture. As you could see from the video, you hear some of the stories from the folks that have been through the program. But let's be honest, when we hear the word charity, it's not the most inspiring at the beginning in tech. Today we want to tell you a story of how one of our current partners, Slack, came to us with a specific problem. They wanted to create a custom training so that we could tailor a pipeline for them to join the demand reliability engineering program at Slack. And this is the story we're going to tell you today. So this is me, and we've been running CodeYourFuture for nearly 9 years now, and we've worked with many partners, including Capgemini, Slack, GitLab, GitHub, to gain folks get into the employment market. So I'm going to tell the story of our work with Slack through one of our talents, one of our alumni, Sadia. Sadia comes originally from Morocco, and back home she was a hydraulics engineer. She was designing water plants, she was working on wastewater networks, and when she came to the UK, she was very enthusiastic, she was coming out of her comfort zone, and she was ready to be useful, to provide, to really join the market. But then she faced the reality of many migrants, of trying to translate the skills, the experience that she had back home in Morocco. Trying to get employment here was very, very difficult. She couldn't find employment, so she was at home. She joined the first tech training, and she thought, well, I'm going to get into the tech world. I'm going to start from zero, and I can make this thing happen. And shortly after she finished that first program, she actually faced similar blockers. She couldn't find employment. And then she gave birth to her first daughter, and then she stopped. She stopped trying, and she was a staying-at-mom for a while. Sadia was looking for something else. The word that you would hear over and over around CodeYourFuture is community. We're folks that get together, and we basically help each other, support each other, to ensure that we can maximize our potential. And this is exactly what Sadia was looking for. She also was the first working mom, aspiring working mom in her family. So she was looking for role models. She was looking for someone else to guide them. How does this work? How can you be a mom, a parent, and then trying to go for employment? And this is what she got at CodeYourFuture. Within CodeYourFuture, then, she learned then the more advanced software development training. Last year, we started analyzing the tech market and realized that whatever the training we were given was not enough to the standards of the current tech industry. We had to do something else. So we went back to the drawing board and said, let's start completely from zero, and let's teach the foundations of software development so that people can go for any role, no matter what expectations they have. So that's what we went back and we redesigned. Many training organizations in the past, they've been working across the web development framework, which has worked very well for a long time, but that's not the case anymore. And CodeYourFuture is also the only organization that covers for the expenses, so that people like Sadia, moms like Sadia, can have their childcare covered while they're doing the training, and so that they can carry on and they can maximize that potential. Because we believe that people's circumstances and their background should not be an impediment for them to maximize the ceiling of their potential. That is the most important thing that we're trying to do within CodeYourFuture. And finally, there are a community of professionals like yourselves who are here in this room with loads of knowledge, with loads of experience, and wanting to share that knowledge to other folks. One of the key aims of CodeYourFuture is tailor our training to ensure that maximizes the stack that the companies are expecting. And finally, we have helped hundreds of people finding careers, engineering roles across loads of different companies. So going back to some of the numbers that we have, the absolute majority of CodeYourFuture are coming from very low-income backgrounds. There are ethnic minorities at the majority of the organization, and most of them are displaced, refugee, migrant folks. And we have a great, nearly half and half gender split. And the average age is 36, which means that people come with a wealth of experience from their home country on from their previous lives. These are not people coming out of the university with no experience.
I really hope you're enjoying this video. Do you know Lead Dev offers way more than this?
I'm a fan of the Lead Dev newsletter. I find really practical knowledge about leadership.
Then I was like, oh, there is this big community here doing all of these content, so let me figure out a little more, let me dig in a little, what do you have?
So make sure you check out leaddev.com.
So going back to Sadia's story, once she joined CodeYourFuture and she started being part of the community and feeling inspired by other folks that were there, she actually started working on the internal product team. So we managed to work a little bit with her before she got snatched by Slack. And she felt, she gained in confidence because she felt she was working in a team, she was gaining a lot of work, and then we signed a short-term contract. But right after then, she gave birth to her second daughter. So again, she was a mom with the challenges that it means trying to work, trying to study, trying to be a mom. And then she had one big opportunity. Slack came to us with this program, with the system engineering program, and only a few weeks after she had given birth, she actually went to have the interview with the Slack. And actually, she got that role. And you could see, now she was a working mom with a newborn, but she says, this is more or less, this is actually how it looks like. So what is this system engineering program that we designed with Slack? Slack told us we want to create a pipeline of demand and reliability engineers, but we do not have the time to train them. You have to do that legwork. They need to hit the ground running when they come to the organization. So develop a full-time, intensive 3 months training after they have done the whole year of training with CodeYourFuture to gain all the knowledge so that they could succeed within Slack. We tailored that training exactly to what Slack was looking for. And then after that, they were committing for at least a 9-month internship. And then what have they achieved in Slack? So we're talking about folks that are 1 year CodeYourFuture training and then a 3-month super intensive role at Slack. Well, they joined that demand engineering team at Slack in charge of the service discovery and the internal and the external traffic. Within that year, Sadia has reduced the console cost by 60% by creating a directory that was showing the service owners with the cost that the services were having. She was also created a validation and testing to minimize the errors during configuration, and she contributed to the Envoy open source project in C++. So let's pause here for a second. So in order to do the engineering program, the 3 months, they had to learn Golang, because at CodeYourFuture they were learning JavaScript. So they got there 3 months, Golang, and then from there, once they're at Slack, 3 months later, they're already learning C++. This is the caliber of the training and the folks that we're working with at CodeYourFuture. We receive thousands of applications, and we work then with a handful of people that have incredible potential and not just looking for the right challenge. And that's not the end, because of course, this is not a one-off case. This was a group of folks that then, as part of the pipeline of joining Slack, they were already successful. So other folks like Sadia working at Slack, they were developing a new service discovery UI so that they didn't have to use the command line at console. They were also developing automated operational tasks for the more than 200 fleet console servers. And then within 2 years, other folks, they were developing an RFC that have saved more than $1 million in cloud costs by creating a Kube-native console service. These are not senior people, but they cannot be called junior folks. So the opportunity here is to tell you that, oh, by the way, they also improve the propagation time by 85% while reducing the cost, the resources by 50%. So just to close, we wanted to say, CodeYourFuture loves technical challenges. We want to completely change the way that the talent pipeline is perceived in the industry. We think there is a scope to do so much more. We believe that right now, the junior talent market is completely broken, and we're here to give opportunities and a service for companies to create a great pipeline for all of you. Thank you very much.